Sometimes growing a real estate business that's thriving has nothing to do with real estate. Today I want to share with you 5 lifestyle tweaks that can help you build the business of your dreams. I found that balance is critical to have a growing and a thriving real estate business. Listen, when I've had times when I've had my professional life and my personal life in balance, all of a sudden those are the times that I see the most growth in my real estate business. So what I want to do today is I want to share with you a couple of things that I found in my life that made a difference in my life that I believe if you'll apply these in your life, you're going to find that balance and your real estate business is just going to blow up during these times that you're finding the balance. The first thing is this: make sure you make a to-do list in the evening before you leave the office. Now what this does is it gives you the ability to have your priorities for the next day already set up so that when you walk into the office in the morning, or if you take it home with you and you have it sitting there when you see them when you wake up, all of a sudden now you can hit the ground running. You know what your priorities are. Also, having a to-do list, by checking some of those items off first thing in the morning, it creates momentum. There's something mentally, psychologically about checking something off that you've accomplished something that moves you to the next item. Make sure you're setting a to-do list the night before so that when you hit the ground in the next morning, you hit it running. The second thing is this, is make sure you get enough sleep. You know, there was a study done by Walter Reed about sleep deprivation, and they were doing this from a military perspective, but basically what they found is that they found when you are sleep deprived, what can happen is you don't develop interpersonal relationships the same way. There's a little bit of a disconnect there. Also, you're not as productive in your daily activities. Also, you don't have the reasoning that you would have if you had a good night's sleep. What I've done to kind of help with this is that I've gotten to a place now where come a certain time of night, for me it's right around 9:30, I make sure that I take my phone and I plug it into charge in another room outside of my bedroom. You see, there's been all these studies done that now we're getting to a place where if our phone buzzes or we hear it bump or something happens with our phone, we immediately just feel like we've got to go look at it immediately. Subconsciously, if that phone is in your room and something happens, you can never get that full amount of sleep that you need. You can never take your sleep down to the level it needs to be to get true rest. So I would encourage you. For me, this has made a huge difference. When I started getting enough sleep and when I got sound sleep, all of a sudden I woke up refreshed. I was excited about the day, and I began to then layer in some additional items that would get me more productive right out of the gate. First thing that it did once I got enough sleep is that I came to a place where I was going to break a sweat every morning right out of the gate as quick as I could. Now this sounds a little crazy, but let me give you the background on this. It's not just that it's healthy. What happens when you break a sweat, when you get out there and you do physical exercise in the morning, it releases endorphins. Now endorphins do a couple of things. Endorphins reduce pain. It also it's almost like a dump of something that gives you almost like a energy high. It gets you motivated to start the day. It gives you something that you can't get unless you break that sweat. You get that endorphin dump, all of a sudden it starts your day off in a way that just sets the table for the rest of the day to be extremely productive. The next part is something that you have to eliminate. You have to quit spending time with people that are unproductive. It's so easy when you come into the office to find that one or two people that really aren't productive at all. All they want to do is talk about things. They want to sit around, and all of a sudden you wake up and it's noon and you haven't done anything. I would get to a place where I would block my time out. I would actually close my door and I would time block my time to get the things done I knew I needed to get done. If you'll time block, if you'll quit spending time with unproductive people, promise you, your productivity is not only going to go up, but your mentality is going to go up as you're adding those positives in there and taking some of that negativity that's been around you away from you. The last one, and in my mind, the most important thing is, if you want to be more productive, take more action. Just get to a place where you're doing more than you've done in the past. If you're used to making 20, 30 calls a day, make sure that you double that for a short period of time. When you take more action, when you're more productive, all of a sudden this momentum begins to build. It begins to bring things in balance. You sleep better because you know you put in a good day's worth of work. You're at a place where you're productive. You don't have time to spend time with unproductive people. You're also at a place where you know that your business is growing in a healthy and in a thriving way that's going to generate results that you've never seen before. I promise you, if you'll get these things right, if you'll find balance in your life, you'll just make a few little tweaks, all of a sudden your productivity will go up and your lifestyle will go up and everything involved in your business will go up.